So I have another guest here on the bench. This is G to all of us, but his name is Geurin Walton. I always make sure I'm saying it right because I hate pronouncing somebody's name wrong. But G is on staff here at Bread of Life. And how long have you been here?
8 years.
He's been here 8 years, probably the longest of anybody on staff right now.
Hmm.
And he is the education coordinator. And previous to here, you were at a mission in LA, right?
Yes.
And it had some other experience.
Yes.
So
Yes.
G, tell us. I don't know. Let's just talk about the program and the changes and what you're teaching, how important it is to recovery and all
Yeah.
that good stuff.
All right. Good
Yeah. What do you
morning,
want to?
Kim. Good to
Good
see
morning.
you. You've been out here quite a long time, and
Yeah.
man, what a blessing it is. Hello, America. Um, well, our program is designed to affect the whole man. Changes, his mental, his physical, his spiritual. So as he gets back into the culture, he can really become a substantial person to make a different kind of impact. So
Yeah.
they come in with some things that were good inside of them,
Mm,
but we're trying to get them to see where errors are in their lives
mm,
that they can see them. We just presenting the materials,
mhm,
So we do anger management. We teach spiritual development, Bible studies. We do emotional intelligence,
mhm,
boundaries. Wow, I mean, there's so many areas we try to cover with our
mhm.
education. Um,
Budgeting.
Budgeting, yeah, we have financial literacy for sure because
Mhm.
that's vital
Yeah.
for success in this life because we don't want to see relapse happen again
Right.
based on poor behavioral habits
Mhm.
and different things like that. So it's very important to stay up with everything in their lives, and so
Mhm.
they get a chance to just develop life skills
Mhm.
and function well, and then they can really protect their values better
Mhm.
and live a life, amongst their families and different, people. And housing is very important too, to learn how to
Yeah.
do that in today's society is really important.
Yeah. I think a lot of people probably have a misconception about the guys in our building because they might see the guys that are lined up
Hmm.
waiting to get in at night, and that's for our emergency shelter. Or like when we do a dinner for Thanksgiving or Christmas, that kind of thing. There's a wide range of people there, right?
Yep.
But tell people like the difference when they actually get upstairs into our program, they're clean and sober, and they're going to classes. Like there's a really fast transformation there, isn't there?
For sure. We for a person to commit to a process like this,
Mhm.
it takes a lot within themselves that the recovery words or phrase is sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Mhm.
They're ready, so they want to see something different happen. So, what in the facility that we have, it's it's like three different programs running within one. So
Mhm.
there's areas where we have people that are in recovery, people that are working.
Mhm.
They don't, abuse substances, but yet they're getting forms of education that are going to benefit them in society and in their life that they're going to use every day.
Mhm.
And then even some of the guys that may have certain um, you know, disabilities that they may not be able to have independent living, we're trying to hook them up with supportive services
Mm.
to get them where they can have a good life as well
Right.
instead of living on the street,
Yeah.
you know.
That's where I've talked different times in the last few hours about our 8 S's. Safe, stable, or safe, sober, stable, schooled, skilled, secure,
Secure, yeah.
settled, and serving.
Serving,
And
yes.
the thing is with that, not everybody needs everything. So some people might not need sober.
That's true.
Um, some people might come into safe and we'll realize that really the program isn't for them, that they need a higher level of care.
Yeah.
And we might skip them right to settle because we're getting them into some kind of housing that's appropriate for them,
Uh-huh.
whether it's disability or mental illness or, uh, whatever it is. And I see that as a success. They didn't go through our program. They aren't working maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but they are off the streets and they're in the right kind of care and housing for their situation.
Mm-hmm.
If a guy can come in and go through our program and get a job and pay for his own housing,
Yeah.
to me that's even more of a success. But not everybody fits that, right?
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. They get a chance, like you said. Independence is what every human being wants.
Right.
If you're losing some of capabilities to manage that, we try when they come, if they happen to come to us. So
Mhm.
we do our best to connect them with agencies and services while they're with us so they can, accept the new way of living that they have to,
Mhm.
accept for this life that they have.
Right.
And, you know, when they get into it, they realize what's important now and how they can still be, you know, uh, of service in our society. Because
Mhm.
one of the greatest things that I've learned by being in service to people that are under these conditions is that they are very intelligent people,
Oh, they are. Mhm.
very intelligent. There are some limitations for some of them, but man, I mean, people are so smart and charming as well, some of them.
Mhm. It works for
So,
some of them.
yes, so
Mm.
we get an opportunity to see things, and some of them are, very are hurting
Mm.
very badly, and so we, try to bring some comfort, try to bring the gospel to them to understand who Jesus Christ is. That's our thing. That's who we are.
Right.
So we really want to see them have peace
Mm.
and just change and grow. Because, when you're out here on this street and you accept to stay out on the street, it's going to change you.
Mhm.
It's going to change you not for the good. And
Yeah.
so we're hoping that people realize they coming in is not just for shelter alone, it's
Mhm.
really for a transformation of
Mhm.
life.
Yeah. And I see that in the guys. I see some of it almost immediately. They walk a little different.
Yeah.
They've got clean clothes, they've got a bed,
Yes.
they got a roommate they got to deal with,
Yeah.
for better or for worse.
Uh-huh.
Or a room full of guys that are snoring. That brings a certain kind of growth. Um, but then I don't know. It's just the safety and the community and
Mhm.
having a chore to do.
Yes.
Those kinds of things. Really important. And I see such a difference in them right away.
Yes.
And then I often see them like they're growing and they're doing great. And then something trips them up,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
And it's heartbreaking to see it sometimes.
Yes.
But that's part of the process, isn't it?
Yes, that is. Something has to be exposed
Yeah.
because you may not be aware of it when they come in, but that is the very thing that needs to come out of a person. So now that's the area that you have to start to work on.
Right. It's like, oh, okay, this is what we do next.
Yeah, yeah,
And you talk to them, you work through it with them. It's when they hide it that it's hard, right? Like
yeah,
if you don't, if you can't talk to them about it,
that's true.
you can't help them heal.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like, you know, when they come to my office, we just do basically soul care.
Yeah.
And it's just, you're trying to see what happened. If they get
Mhm.
to the point of really wanting to get open and wanting those places to be resolved in their
Mhm.
lives. So they just start giving up things, and
Yeah.
they feel comfortable with it. And now okay, let's see if we can find the right information, the right counseling, the right
Mhm.
situation to really, really assist you.
Mhm.
Instead of, we don't put band-aids on things. We try to really see something get resolved,
Yeah.
whether it's something we can do or something some of our agencies in this community can really help them with.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I think it's really important that they understand that if they're going to fall or relapse, that there's grace for them.
Yes,
You
amen
know,
to that.
we're not just going to go, oh, you failed, you're gone.
Yeah.
It's part of the process. And, after the first time, maybe they learn that they've got to talk to somebody before they just go off half cocked or whatever it is. Yeah, I think that's important.
Amen. It is very important.
What are some of the lessons that guys learn that aren't really part of the program or a class, but are really important in their transformations?
Well, we do a cognitive behavioral therapy kind of education, and it has to put you in a position where y- your mind, because every man has a conscience.
Mm-hmm.
All human beings have a conscience. So you get a chance to activate that conscience again. And
Mm.
you start to realize I've been choosing to do wrong so much that I've gotten used to it. And now that, with structure and policies and different guidelines, a person now is looking, oh, okay. Um, I don't have to like something to know that it's good for me.
Mm.
So you get information where guys will come back. They may say, I went to visit my family for the holidays or something, and they're proud of me, about what I'm doing, and they see something different in me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of verbiage you want to hear come back and share out openly, and they understand what excellence and mediocrity is in the difference of them,
Mm-hmm.
and that they want to be better. So it's exposure to things, and they do that. We have a lot of rifts sometimes in the building
Mm-hmm.
between the guys, like you said, because it's communal living. So if they get an opportunity, like hear something we do chapel now services and Bible studies, different things, and they hear something about loving your neighbor as yourself. They go, ah, and it's just like I said, we're just people, but God does something in people's
Yeah.
lives when you least expect it, and then they'll
Mm-hmm.
go, I need to do something in this area, or you'll see them apologizing to
Mm-hmm.
each other,
Yeah.
and you go like, wow,
Yeah.
like there was no intervention from me. They just did it on their own.
Mm-hmm.
They realized, I don't want to lose my bed. I don't want to, I'm starting to, matriculate in this process, and it
Mm-hmm.
feels good, and I already know what I used to do. So
Mm-hmm.
it's comparison,
Yeah.
like this. They like
Mm-hmm.
what use that, I call it an invisible scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't need that anymore. So that's what I see.
Yeah.
Some of the things that the lessons that are starting to activate in their lives, what they're becoming, the
Mm-hmm.
transformation that we
Mm-hmm.
always talk about and hope for them,
Mm-hmm.
you start seeing it in pieces and
Right.
things. And like what's real is that it may not be as fluent as you want it, but I always tell them it's the thing, just like anything. In psychology, they say it's like in the ACE,
Mm-hmm. Ace
education,
overcomers.
they say that a circuit is like making a mark, just like on a, you know, some kind of piece of paper or something, or memory tape.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a circuit. So
Okay.
from a circuit, if it happens again, it becomes a pattern.
Mm.
So now you got a pattern that happens. So
Mhm.
I'm starting to see I'm getting something, I'm doing something different. Then the next thing happens, it becomes a habit.
That's great.
So now you got something that you're doing that you're realizing, good, if I did one thing that made
Mhm.
sense to do, or now it's making sense because when I come out of this environment, it was fight or flight all the time.
Yeah.
But now I don't have to use that, and you know
Right.
what? It feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they'll do that for a while, and then something happens that they snap back to their stress instinct, right?
Yeah,
And then they go, "Oh, what was that?"
yeah.
And then we're able to talk to them about it.
See, so now they understand in their own mindset in the cognitive behavioral, like, oh, I can see it myself now where I
Yeah.
didn't see it before. I've learned at least a couple of things that I can utilize.
Mhm.
So maybe I need to manage my stress better, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we all got that.
Yeah, we do. We do. And yeah, I find that the more I'm in the mission, because our office is across the street, and it's easy for me not to get over there all the time. But the more time I spend with the guys, the more uplifted I am.
Hmm.
Like, it's just like, yeah, this is why I do what I do,
Yes.
and it makes me grow because I'm seeing them, and I'm like, yeah, and I watch them, and I'm so proud of them.
Amen.
You
That's
know,
good.
and you're in it more than me. I mean, you're with them every day, day in, day out. And it's heartbreaking to see them fall,
Mm.
but we're
Yes.
so proud of them for every step they take. Yeah.
Yeah, the fruit. And even in the capacity that you are in is vital to all of our successes.
Hmm.
So we thank God for how He put things together. Nothing's accidental. You being here came a long way too. A lot of journey you came
Yep.
to get here and put it together. But it's it's coming to fruition about how the certain impact is going to be in this community because um, this Pioneer Square, this part of Western Washington, the what we do is it's a piece. It's a piece of the puzzle that it's all coming together.
Mm.
Um, you know, even with some of the city, county, state agencies, some of the church bodies that are in the area, and maybe some that are a little further out. You know, but all that working together to try to eradicate something that's harmful to human life
Mhm. Yeah. It's
because it
exciting to
is.
see it all come together.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great time to be at work in this.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Gee, I really appreciate you being on our team and just the stability that you bring because you've been here a long time, but the way you are with the guys, they respect you so much. And you just have this way of seeing what it is that they need to work on, and it's kind of weird sometimes. You just know, and I think it's your experience. You've seen it before.
Ooh
You've seen
wee.
it all before. And but you know, you're able to guide them through that, and you are a wise man in their lives, and I appreciate that.
Yeah,
So,
it's it's a lot of hard knocks they say, but you learn.
yep, yep, you
Yeah,
do. You do.
yeah.
Well, I think we might have some other people here
Very
to talk
good.
on the bench. Not yet, but we will pretty soon. I'm supposed to have somebody at 7:30, so we will go to a break and be back in about 6 minutes or so.